Hey folks, if you enjoyed what you hear, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, click the bell for notifications. Also consider supporting us on Patreon for exclusive perks, and check out our Arts and Media podcast, Words Like That, on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Alright, now shut up and get to it.
Can't have no words like that. Words like that. No, no, no.
Alright folks, super excited about this one. This will be my first non-concert film reaction for the channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can support us on Patreon and see the full reaction. So, a little bit of background here. How have I never seen Beetlejuice? Frankly, I don't know. I like early Tim Burton. I like Michael Keaton. I'm a giant movie buff. I have college education in film, but for some reason, I've just never seen this. I will say that I have been described in the past as a bit of an 80s hater. I'm not huge on 80s pop culture in general, specifically films, although the 80s films that I do like are some of my favorite movies. So I don't know how I'm going to end up feeling about this one. We'll see. Without further ceremony, here is Michael Keaton in Tim Burton's Beetlejuice. Let's go. Yeah, I did know that Deo played some type of role in the movie. Already, I like the score. Jeffrey Jones. Love Jeffrey Jones from Ferris Bueller. Running! Robert Goulet. And Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. Excellent. It's going to be a Danny Elfman score? Music composed by Danny Elfman. Nailed it. Nailed it. Alec Baldwin, man, I don't know if I've ever seen him this young.
Thank you.
Happy vacation, honey?
Also probably the youngest I've seen Gina Davis.
Manchurian tongue.
Oh,
The dialogue there did a good job of establishing their relationship, what's going on. They're in the house, spend their vacation there.
Barbara, this house is too big for you. It really ought to be for a couple with a family, you know? Oh, Pumpkin, I didn't mean anything. It's just that, really, this house is too big.
Okay, got that established. They want to have kids, can't. Or maybe she wants to have kids and he doesn't.
2 weeks at home. The perfect vacation.
Jane says we
Agreed.
should sell the house to someone with a family.
You could try again on this vacation, you know?
Okay, yeah, they haven't been able to have children, got you.
How's the model coming?
Oh, it's great.
You know, you said Gosman built that foundation in 1835, but his grandson coming on?
I've known many a gentleman like that.
It's like,
Hey, look out for that!
Okay, got you.
perfect start to our vacation.
Oh, you'll feel better when you dry, honey.
Okay, they don't know they're dead.
Come on, I'll make some.
The house now takes on a completely different feel. Now it's ominous. Same house, but the way they shot it and lighted it, whole different vibe. Okay.
Save my life.
2 hours. That's how long you were gone.
Wow. A reflection. But they can still interact with physical, corporeal things.
Handbook for the recently diseased.
Deceased.
Handbook for the recently deceased press.
You know what? I don't think we survived.
Very small, specialized press.
Listen to this. Geographical and temporal perimeters. Functional perimeters vary from manifestation to manifestation. Oh, this is going to take some time.
I love how they just accepted, okay, well, we're dead. This book's here telling us something, but it's nothing. And I'm already curious how they died at the bridge when they showed up back at the house. Now they can't leave the house, or at least they could try to leave the house, but they go to somewhere.
13%. Well, I better find a job. Let's see, business section.
I see the obits were written from the perspective of the dead. It wasn't like he was reading a corporeal paper. It was an obit for the underworld.
It's Jane.
God, what's she doing here?
I don't know. Hey, Jane, up here!
Obviously, they're not going to be able to see him.
Can't see you, right? In the book, rule number 2, the living usually won't see the dead.
Won't or can't?
It just says won't. God, this book is...
Interesting. Okay, so what I'm going to be guessing here is Jeffrey Jones, Catherine O'Hara, Winona Ryder's their daughter. They're the family that was mentioned at the beginning of the movie. Jane's going to arrange for them to buy the house. They're going to come move in. And I don't know how Beetlejuice is going to play into this, but there's going to be a haunting of the new family by Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis. And I guess Beetlejuice. Maybe he's going to teach them how to haunt. Because I really know nothing about this plot other than they're dead and Michael Keaton's Beetlejuice, some kind of ghoul.
Oh, this is great. This is just what the doctor ordered.
Okay. Rare. Sorry. Also, I've never seen her this young.
It's okay. There's no damage. Look, see? It's... Come and have a look.
Okay, she's obviously going to be playing a terrible person. He's kind of an amiable, maybe spineless type.
Me. Here we go.
Winona Ryder, okay. Daughter, looking a little goth, which I don't think they were actually called goth. That was my generation. They were called goth. I don't know what they were called in the late 80s.
Careful, that's my sculpture. And I don't mean mine and I bought it, I mean I made it. It's my sculpture.
I'm so used to seeing Catherine O'Hara on Home Alone 1 and 2. Obviously, totally different character here.
Oh, so you left the city for me. I am so happy.
Of course you are.
Interior decorator.
We're not completely helpless, Barbara. I've been reading that book, and there's a word for people in our situation. Ghosts.
The dialogue and characterizations, they're not quite as weird and quirky as Tim Burton gets as his career develops, but they're there.
You just have to pray the other closets are bigger than this one. Ooh.
How did Gina Davis know she could do that? She learned that in the interim between their death and here.
Ugh. Deliver me from L.L. Bean.
Again, how do they know they could do all this stuff? They tried it before they read the book.
Barbara, you don't know what's out there.
Here.
Adam! Barbara!
Oh wow, they just got separated immediately. Plot twist. This is actually a prequel to Dune. Claymation. Obviously that doesn't look realistic, but it doesn't have to because this is like some kind of ethereal netherworld type thing. Okay, is the house going to be remodeled now they've been gone so long?
Plan to have a stroke from the amount of MSG that's in this food.
This is our first meal in this house, so why don't we all...
Okay, so it's only been a few hours.
One big, dark room.
She is a barrel of sunshine. I feel like this may be running on just a bit too long. I feel like we've kind of got everything we needed to establish the conflict of why the deceased couple, the ghosts, hate the new people living in the house.
Beetlejuice, the bio-exorcist. Troubled by the living? Is death a problem and not the solution? Unhappy with eternity? Having difficulty adjusting? Call Beetlejuice.
That's it? There's no number or instructions?
Yeah, I do know that you got to say it multiple times, or twice, or 3 times, or whatever, in order to conjure him, and they're mispronouncing the name. Sculptures. So terrible. Ah, can she see him? Oh, wow. Interesting, because she didn't see him on the first day. Go develop your film, see if they're there.
That little girl saw us.
What happened to the people who used to live here?
They were family. I was devastated. Here, that key will open any door in the house. Give that to your father. And you might mention that I single-handedly decorated that house.
Yeah, seems real broken up about their deaths. I like how they're kind of hedging on showing Beetlejuice. Like, I mean, you see him a little bit here, but he's in the cowboy outfit earlier. You only heard his voice and saw his hands reading the paper. I like that. It's gonna be built up to a big reveal whenever he gets here in full in person.
You get a free demon possession with every exorcism.
Free demon possession with every exorcism.
So, say it once, say it twice, third time's the charm. And remember,
Okay.
I
3 times. Did he ever say how to pronounce it? I'm interested to see why she can see him.
In case of emergency, draw a door.
Draw a door? I don't know why we keep looking in that stupid book.
Draw the knob, that's funny.
Knock 3 times.
Okay, she can see that too. I gotta tell you, this has definitely got me engaged, got me interested to see how this is working, why it's working, and what's gonna happen here when Beetlejuice gets on the scene. And it's funny, there's been some laughs in here too, so. Poor guy. Just wants to be left alone, live a quiet life in the country. I identify. So here's where we get into the really weird Tim Burton-y stuff, I see.
You just bit the big one 2 months ago and you want help.
2 months? What does that have to do with anything?
You're going to use up all your health vouchers. D90s. You spend
Funny.
120.
I like this. This is the underworld bureaucracy. As funny as clever. I saw this model in the trailer for the new movie that I felt like it was probably a really good trailer for fans of the original movie, but I had no clue who any of the people were or what any of it meant, so it didn't mean anything to me, but I still thought it looked good, so I remember that model from the trailer for the new one. But I wonder why they look normal and all the rest of these people appear to be
This is what happens when you die.
hideously scarred
This is what
and
happens when you
decayed.
die. That is what happens when he dies. And that is what happens when they die. It's all very personal.
Okay.
And
Well, that answered my question.
I wouldn't have had my little accident.
Slow wrist, man. I take it they're going to end up calling Beetlejuice because he kind of works outside the system, like a fixer, an illegal fixer type.
Boy, oh boy, this place just gets weirder and weirder.
It looks like her sculptures behind them. Yeah, it's their house.
Look at this place.
How long do you suppose we were waiting there?
3 months.
Wow.
We probably wouldn't mind sharing the house with people who were
More like you used to be.
I still think they could share it with Jeffrey Jones.
The intermediate interface chapter on haunting says it all.
It's like you need a lawyer to understand the manual. Like you die, you're a ghost, you need a ghost lawyer to help you understand the manual for the dead. That's funny.
What about that guy in the flyer? You know, Beetle.
Don't even say his name. You don't want his help.
Yeah. An outlaw.
He was my assistant. But he was a troublemaker.
Interesting.
He claimed he could get rid of the living. Got into more trouble.
Nice backstory.
Well, how do we contact you if we need you again?
I like that she didn't answer. I didn't know if she was going to say, you don't. Instead, she just didn't respond. That was good. Good narrative choice. I like the build for the Beetlejuice reveal. I was expecting him to come a little bit sooner in the plot and in full form, but no. This is nice.
Hey, you. Hey, come here.
Okay.
Hungry?
Still hedging to keep that reveal.
Jeez, Lydia, is Connecticut so boring? I had Maxie Dean on the phone, honey.
Is this what we've been reduced to? Sheets?
Think of
If they would have both done it, would we have thought it was the mom and the daughter? No. Because now they're both going. She thinks it's the parents. Yeah, I said earlier she should have checked the pictures to see if they were in the pictures, but they wouldn't have shown up. That's right. She could hear them too. Obviously, they could hear the wooing. The other two could hear the wooing too, which is interesting. I thought they couldn't. Nobody could hear them.
Well, I read through that handbook for the recently deceased.
Wow.
Live people ignore the strange and unusual. I myself am strange and unusual.
Nice explanation. I like that.
We were trying to scare your mother.
Stepmother.
Oh.
Anyway, you can't scare her. She's sleeping
Didn't
with
get
Prince
that. If I was supposed to get that before, I didn't get that. So she's his daughter, not hers. I thought maybe it was the opposite, if anything.
This is amazing. I better go.
Wait, you know...
This has really surprised me. This isn't exactly what I expected from this movie, from what I knew about it going in. Oh, they've done the house. Wow.
And here, we've got to get some help here. We've got to contact this guy, Beetlemeyer or something.
And it was also kind of subtle at the beginning where he mispronounced deceased for disease. That just goes to show you that he didn't really know how to pronounce things necessarily. So Beetlejuice, he'll pronounce it Beetlegeist. That would make sense.
It's him, Beetlejuice.
She got it right.
Beetlejuice.
Third time. Let's go.
Beetlejuice!
Alright, so this is crazy. He doesn't come in till halfway through the movie. Oh, he's still not in.
I think we're in the model.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cardboard, yeah. It's so funny because I'd already forgotten that they were in the model until they moved the fake grass. I was like, right, they're in the model. Finally got the reveal. That was a good payoff. Great payoff.
Babs. You know what's really beautiful about this?
Michael Keaton
You
is
two kids
great.
picked me. You didn't have to, but you picked me.
What are your qualifications?
Well, I attended Juilliard. I'm a graduate of the Harvard Business School. I travel quite extensively. I lived through the Black Plague, and I had a pretty good time during that.
I've seen The Exorcist about 167 times, and it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it. Not to mention the fact that you're talking to a dead guy. Now, what do you think?
Wow, what an acting job, man. That was great.
What do you think of this? You like it?
Didn't show it from the front.
Excuse us, please.
Sure, talk amongst yourself.
Home, home, home!
Barbara, how did you do that?
Hope you like
Hey, where'd you go? Oh, hey, come on. You gotta work with me here. I'm just trying to cut a deal.
What do you want me to do?
How he's just going in and out of different voices, impressions, accents. Incredible.
You know what they say about people who commit suicide? In the afterlife, they become civil servants.
Thus the secretary at the bureau.
After my stint with the Living Theater, I was one of New York City's leading paranormal researchers.
I am sick of that subject.
Oh, Delia, lighten up.
I find it interesting also that nobody likes her. I didn't know if everybody was going to be the same type of person. Oh, okay, here we go.
Are you doing
Work
this?
all night and a drink of rum.
Now, is the couple doing this, or is Beetlejuice gotten involved? Because if the couple's doing this, how are they able to both do it to all these people at the same time? Where did Winona Ryder go? Did I miss her getting up? Okay, I see her over in the corner. Okay, Beetlejuice has got to be involved, right? No, it was them. Okay, how were they able to do that? Unless they've been reading the manual, learn some tricks. They're going to think it was delightful. Winona.
Me, Lydia. I want you to come downstairs.
It was like being in an amusement park.
Thought it was delightful.
We're dealing with Tracy and Hepburn here. Very sophisticated.
Tracy and Hepburn, that's funny.
She'll have him sprint up here in his helicopter if you can produce ghosts.
Sprint up here in his helicopter.
I should remind you all that I am Delia's agent. I have consistently lost money on her work for years. Now, if anything, Delia, you are a flake. You have always been a flake. If you insist on frightening people.
He's not wrong. Still, we've only got like, what, 35 minutes left? And we really haven't seen Beetlejuice. So interested and unexpected. I had no idea. Don't let him get a hold of that.
Business.
Took the book. They had to hang out the wind. They couldn't do. There's not something else they could have done.
Well, they didn't do anything to you.
Turn into a snake. Yeah, that's a little too out there for me. The Beetlejuice headed cobra. Oh wow, got violent fast. Wow.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice!
Oh no! Why are you doing this? Leave me alone, all of you!
Well, now they got to explain to her, hey, it wasn't us.
Well, he could have hurt somebody.
But he didn't. We got him right where
He
we
didn't?
want.
Because he dropped, not one down the stairs, then dropped one off the stairs on the floor.
Make my millennium.
I'm confused about his power set. Like, can he just do anything he wants?
Leave me alone. I've got all this paperwork to do.
Why the zombie football team?
You two, come in here. Sit down.
What's our curfew around here?
Will you get out of here?
This must have been like a bus crash or something.
By the time you read this, I will be gone, having jumped, having plummeted off.
Stronger word choice.
I don't care what it takes. You get the Dietzes out of there now. What are you going to do? To scare them.
That's disgusting. Ugh. But how are they going to get them to see them? Have they learned that?
Are you a ghost too?
I'm the ghost with the most, babe.
That line I knew. That line I knew.
You know, you look like somebody I can relate to. Maybe you could help me get out of here, you know, because I gotta tell you, this death thing is... It's just too creepy. See, here's my problem.
I still want to know, how is he able to get... He seems to be confined, but he was able to somehow get out and do the snake thing, but then he was back confined when they called his name 3 times.
What's your name?
Well, I can't tell you.
Why not?
You know why? Because if I tell you, you'll tell your friends are calling me on the horn all the time.
Why can't he say it himself? I don't think that's true.
Oh, I know. You can play charades.
Yeah.
Ah, good. Here we go.
Why didn't he just tell her to look around? His name was on the tombstone there.
Turn around and look behind you. Hi, how are you?
Beetle. Breakfast, orange beetle, beetle fruit, beetle, beetle juice.
Yes, that's it.
Name's Beetlejuice.
You said it twice. Just say it once more. Come on.
Does it restart after so long? Does it not matter how long she waits? She's still at 2.
Just say it! No!
No! Lydia, don't say it!
You!
He told me that if I let him out, he would take me to the other side to find you.
No, Lydia. We're dead.
I want to be dead too.
No.
No. Can't make yourself get back.
It's so big. How are we gonna get it out? No, it's sectional. Get it both ends.
Wait. They're not here.
Oh, they're still here. They're just hiding out.
I don't think he would actually be able to tell that just from reading the book and from his previous history. I know that's what we're supposed to get. Okay, he's going to conjure him via seance. Is he going to conjure Beetlejuice? No, I guess you can't conjure Beetlejuice without saying the 3 words, right? His name 3 times, I mean.
Barbara? Barbara?
Okay.
A corpse, and we rise to be.
That was effectively done. Oh, wow. She's appearing as her decaying corpse. Wow. What did they have of his? They have his tuxedo? I think I've seen a picture of them in the wedding clothes somewhere, a poster or something maybe. He's going to turn to his corpse too, I would imagine. This would make most sense.
What's happening to them?
I don't know.
She's going to say Beetlejuice.
You gotta help me. I want out for good. In order for me to do that, hey, I gotta get married.
Wow. A little young for that plot point, wouldn't you say?
Beetlejuice.
Okay, so she does have to start over and do 3.
Beetlejuice.
It's showtime. I feel real good about myself, you know what I mean?
This is the first time we're actually getting to see him in full size in his form. I mean, mostly his regular form. Oh wow! See, so they've got to get rid of Beetlejuice.
We're gonna need witnesses.
Who's gonna officiate this? That's creepy. That's creepy. So this whole climax here is getting a little weird for my personal taste. I didn't realize I had this hanging down. Probably been there hanging in the frame the entire time. Great. I know Catherine O'Hara doesn't die because she's in the new one.
Beetle.
They've got to get it. They've got to get him to. Maybe they've got to get him to say it himself. Ooh, he's out of the house. should have said, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Came back right. I thought about saying she's not going to come out right on the sandworm, is she? Should have said it. And now they're going to live there together. Okay. Okay, so she's got some friends, moving on in life. That's nice. She's become like their surrogate daughter. They weren't able to have children in real life.
We spent the whole week studying for that test.
They're raising her. That's pretty good.
Come on.
Sounds like you got an A in the math test.
He likes it.
I believe you jump in the life.
Oh, we got something here. Mmm.
Hey, what are you doing? Hey, stop it.
Doctor.
Hey,
okay.
To the right, jump in the life.
Okay. Football team goes up. All right. And that's it. Okay, wow. All right, so I enjoyed that. It wasn't what I expected. I didn't know a whole lot about the movie. I knew that somebody died, that Beetlejuice had to be called up, saying his name multiple times, that there was a haunting, a family, whatever. I did know all the cast that was involved, although after I saw the trailer for the new one, and Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin weren't in that trailer because I had not seen the movie, it didn't occur to me like, oh yeah, Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis were in the original and they're not in here. So now I'm curious of why they're not in the new movie, but regardless, so when I was going in, I was thinking that it was going to be just one family and they move into this house and Beetlejuice is haunting them or something. That's not the plot of the movie. Not only that, but Beetlejuice was really a background side character and didn't show up in force, in full form, until halfway through the movie, and then didn't really get a whole lot of action until the climax. I like the script, I like the pacing, I liked the recognizable story beats that felt familiar and you kind of knew where it was going if you know how narrative storytelling works. But then there were also some subversions of expectations, but they weren't necessarily off-putting, and it didn't seem to be subverting just for the sake of subversion. I enjoyed that. There were some elements that for me, because I'm not a big macabre type person, that got a little out there for me, a little bit too Tim Burton-y, because that side of Tim Burton is not really my bag. I say that. I like Nightmare Before Christmas, even though he didn't direct that. His fingerprints were all over that film. And I do like that. That is kind of weird like that, but I guess because it's a claymation animation thing, it's more palatable to me. So there were some elements there at various points in the movie that was a little bit much for me, in terms of the visual and the gross out. And the climax in particular was a little bit out there. It was also kind of a weird plot point that he was trying to marry Winona Ryder, who was obviously way too young for that, but he's also supposed to be a total creep and a pervert, so I guess he's not the hero of the picture. He ends up being the villain. I like the resolution. I was not expecting the resolution. The couple who were the really good people who wanted to have kids end up basically becoming the parents to Winona Ryder, and it's a shame that her own parents weren't raising her, but since they were terrible people, it's better that she be raised by another couple who are better people. And at the same time, the parents kind of were getting what they wanted, which in a way, I guess it's not good, because it's almost like their bad behavior was rewarded, but at the same time, it's just kind of taken them out of the picture to allow Winona Ryder's character and Alec Baldwin's character and Gina Davis' characters to live a good life. But I did kind of like that Jeffrey Jones seemed to be just living the quiet life like he wanted to, because I really identified with him for the first half of the picture, and then it got a little weird where I did identify with that character. And even Catherine O'Hara, she's getting to do her own thing with the sculpting. But now I'm curious of how they're going to do this in the sequel. We didn't see Alec Baldwin, we didn't see Gina Davis in the movie. Maybe they're going to be in there and they're just saved them. I haven't seen the second trailer. I know they've released a second trailer I've only seen the first one, and they weren't in the first trailer. It appeared, I believe, Jenna Ortega is supposed to be playing Winona Ryder's daughter, and it appeared that they were all at a funeral. Catherine O'Hara, Winona Ryder, Jenna Ortega were at a funeral. I'm deducing it's supposed to be Jeffrey Jones' character, and I'm just curious to see how they're gonna do this sequel. And I'm gonna tell you, the trailer for the new one looked really good to me, even not having seen the first one. Now having seen the first one, it looks even better. I appreciate it even more, and I may go see this in theaters. I'm shooting this before the second one comes out. I'm not sure when it's actually going to debut on Patreon or YouTube. By the time it gets on there, the second one may already be out. I may have already seen it by now. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I enjoyed it, even though there's some elements that weren't really my bag, weren't my cup of tea. Overall, really good film. Well done. I get it. I get why it was so popular. And I also get why there was such a backlash against Burton casting Michael Keaton as Batman a couple of years later. I guess he actually cast him right after this, and then they shot it and they released it a couple of years later. But we had this and Mr. Mom were Michael Keaton's two big hits at the time of the casting of Batman, so I get why people would have been like, Michael Keaton is Batman? Are you insane? But it worked because Michael Keaton is that good of an actor. This role in particular really showed his versatility, his comedic versatility. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I hope y'all did, and I hope to be doing some more of these. I hope by the time this comes out on YouTube, I've already got some others filmed and in the queue to follow this. So if you enjoyed this, enjoy watching music reactions, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.